I wanted us to watch this video together. Tell me what you would do in this situation. If this was you with your kids, how would you handle this situation?
There is a man with his 2 little girls using the women's bathroom.
Wash your hands, baby.
He is. He's washing his hands with his daughters right now. He is leaving it.
Ellis City, Alabama. None of the parties are from there. That's just where this happened. And this is going to make you angry. In fact, there's a good chance you've already seen that video because I've been sent it about 35 times already this morning. But before anyone sent it to me, the algorithm brought it to me last night, and I already found him. So stick around. One, this is going to be a very long video because the father's original video is long, and I think you should see what they had to experience. But this father is traveling with his 2 young daughters, stops in Alabama so they can use a restroom at a gas station. He takes them in the women's restroom because, of course he does, because they're little girls. Then this guy shows up with his wife and mother-in-law and is angry that there's a dude in the restroom, despite realizing he's in there with his young daughters, and he calls the police.
I'm standing in the doorway of the ladies' bathroom. Okay? My wife, there is a man with his 2 little girls using the women's bathroom.
Wash your hands, baby.
He is. He's washing his hands with his daughters right now. He is leaving it.
Bruh.
All right, baby.
She is waiting to use the restroom with her mother, who is very ill
Wash your hands.
and who is on oxygen.
It's okay. Some of them are just immature.
And he's refusing. He's taking his sweet time.
I have 2 girls washing their hands.
You let this lady, this woman is she's a woman. She can bring her daughters in here. She's a manager of the QT.
I'm their
You can
dad.
ask her. I understand. And you don't have any business.
Did you just suggest that this man give his daughters to a stranger? Ooh. When your entitlement outweighs common sense, you have situations like this. Prime example, nobody's going to protect your kids but you.
And where's the bathroom?
They're girls. They go to the women's bathroom.
As soon as he leaves the women's bathroom, I will. I'm standing in the doorway. He's taking his own sweet time. Hey, sweetheart. This is ridiculous, man.
It's okay. Some men are just...
I could tell she was over it, dog.
You can video me, okay? And you got to
Don't put your hands on me.
Yeah, well, stop videoing me.
Hey, just put his hands on me.
I touched you. I brushed you on the shirt.
That's still touching.
Yeah, that's
Don't
ridiculous.
put your hands on me.
That's ridiculous.
I got it on video.
He's a white man. He's about 5'10".
Tell him to get here soon.
I know. She's trying to get into the women's bathroom, and she can't. He's out now. He's standing
Yeah, this
here
guy making a
videoing
big
me
deal about me taking my little girls
justifying what he's
to
getting.
the women's restroom. Because he wants me to take them to the men's restroom.
Bruh.
Probably a weirdo that wants to see them in there. Are they coming down here? Do I need to stay down here? Or?
Let's quickly destroy his terrible reasoning. You should have taken them in the men's restroom. No, he shouldn't have.
That's crazy.
Men's restrooms have urinals, which are in the thoroughfare. Men are exposing themselves within an eye line of the sink. So he should be having his young daughters wash their hands as a man is exposing himself? Or should he take his young girls into the women's restroom that only has stalls? He can take them into the stall. No one is in any state of undress in the open area. It's cleaner. I don't know. Have you seen the murder scene that is men's restrooms in...
Bro, you know what's crazy? I went to a rec center to hoop, and I bought my son and my daughter. And my daughter, she did a number 2, so I had to change her. I f***ed up. I don't even know if I f***ed up. I brought my daughter to the men's bathroom. To change her diapers. And I remember changing her diapers, and a guy walked in. And that shit felt weird, bro. And in my mind, I'm like, why don't they have a general bathroom? Now I understand why certain places have a general bathroom where you can go in and lock the door. This place didn't have that. I still think about this shit like, yo, did I make a mistake? Y'all tell me, did I make a mistake by bringing my daughter into the men's restroom? You know what I'm saying? They had the changing table, so I used the changing table in the men's restroom. but still, it felt weird.
Up gas stations? But you were angry because your wife and mother-in-law couldn't use the restroom, that they had to wait? Sir, if there's 3 stalls in there and you came and there were 3 women in the restroom, what would you do? You'd wait. Because that's how public restrooms work. You don't have instant, immediate access to public restrooms. That's not a guaranteed thing. Sometimes you have to wait, and instead of doing that, you literally made a capital case out of it and called the police. Normally, I blur children's faces in videos. I left it because everyone needs to see how distraught and afraid you made those little girls. You did that with your behavior. Oh, you should have had one of the female employees take them in? What the fuck are you talking about? First of all,
bro.
That employee was amazing. God bless her for helping the father the way that she did. But it is not her job to take children to the restroom. And also, you can't trust a random woman to take your children into the restroom. You shouldn't do that. You can't assume that a stranger is safe. He called the police, and the police came. They had to come there. He wasted local law enforcement resources on this. You know what happened when they got there, according to the father of those little girls? They were like, you're nuts. He absolutely should not take them in the men's restroom. He did the right thing. And then they went to the employees and like, do you want this guy gone? And they're like, yeah, please tell him to leave. And they're like, you need to leave here. And then you did with your Mississippi plates. And the father wasn't from there either. So you all went your separate ways. And I bet you thought that was the end of it. I bet you told family and friends this tale of this father who had the audacity of bringing his little girls in the women's restroom and how your ladies had to wait and how you stood up for them and called the cops. Only the internet is one big small town. So now people in your day-to-day life are going to see the way you behave. You're going to see the reality of the situation. And I don't think it's going to go well for you. This is a good time to remind everybody, you should never send harassing messages. You should never call someone. If you do that, you're as bad as him. Be better than him. But to you, when you do shit like this and it gets around, people in your day-to-day life look at you differently. And I think you're going to experience that firsthand. Robert Buckner of Starksville, Mississippi. You're going to get a crash course in it, I think. And Robert's a father of 4 boys, apparently. So he doesn't understand necessarily the struggle of being a girl dad. But when they were little and your wife was out with them, how did they go to the restroom? Did she take them into the women's restroom with her? Did she take them into the men's restroom? How did that work? Because you really didn't seem to think this out. You just seemed to be really entitled about what you wanted.
Yes.
And you made it someone else's problem.
Yes.
And now you get to stand by that. Robert Buckner, let's see, realtor. Well, there's a company there. Owner of Lights and Ballasts. Interesting. But there's another business you're associated with, right, Robert? Oh, 4-year anniversary. Congratulations. The well frequency, is it? This is not going to be great. It really isn't, Robert. And I think if you get anything positive out of this, you take a step back, you look at what you did and realize how awful that was. You look at those little girls' faces, seeing them crying, and you process that you're responsible for that. And you learn and grow from this and you do better.
Here is a man with his 2 little girls.
I don't think this dude read this situation right. Or, honestly, I don't think he cared. Who cares that you're trying to protect your daughter from these creeps? God forbid, boy. God forbid you let your daughters go in the women's bathroom by themselves and they run into Caitlyn Jenner. Now you got to have a conversation that you wasn't prepared for.